and welcome back to the show. Now, I grew up on the water, so keeping the Chesapeake Bay clean is super important to me. And while COVID-19 might have canceled this year's Clean the Bay Day, last year we still cleaned the bay, and it's super important to do it again this year. So let's take a look at this package.
Clean the Bay Day is an annual event that Chesapeake Bay Foundation hosts to get people out to shorelines and parks in the state of Virginia to clean up litter. It's important to clean up litter because if we don't clean it up, it ends up in our waterways and it can interfere with the wildlife, it can interfere with economics in the area. Litter's just purely bad.
You get in these watershed areas, you get trash coming down the drainage channels, being blown off the dockside and getting into the water. Plastics can break down, polystyrenes can break into small pieces, and then it can get in the food chain. So we don't want to be eating plastic.
2 years ago, actually, Stuart called me over at Chesapeake Bay Foundation, and he said to me, I have a boat that I think you might be interested in seeing. And he told me about it over the phone, and he sent me some pictures. He told me it was a special boat that collects litter, and that he would be willing to loan us the boat to help at Clean the Bay Day.
This boat is a 22-foot boat. It's got a 50 horsepower outboard on the back, and it can be operated by one man, which is really cool. And there's very little maintenance to do on this boat. There's no hydraulic systems, there's no conveyor belts. So it is a very effective, low maintenance craft. So the boat can go around any sort of waterways like this, you know, inland protected waterways, and you've got this basket. So when you're ready, you just lower the basket into the water and you open the front and all the water comes through it and it filters the plastic and whatever else, and it's retained in there. And then once you filled it up, basically you can rake it out or you can lift the whole basket out and just dump it. With my job, I've been very fortunate to travel around the world, and in places where there isn't the same level of awareness and education, you see people just throwing plastic bags everywhere, and it's very disheartening. I was in Vietnam last year, and I was very fortunate to go to a place called Ha Long Bay, which is a World Heritage Site. So you've got these wonderful mountains coming out of the water. So I managed to do a tour around this really iconic, beautiful place, and there's plastic bags in the water. And it's really disheartening, and it makes me want to do more. Nobody wants to sit on the beach and see a pallet float by. That's just not savory. So it's not just me. I think everybody here is becoming more aware, have been aware for a long time, and it's just great to see everybody coming out and doing this. I was talking to one of the watermen earlier, and he just works around all these wharfs and docks, and he does all inspections, and he was saying that he sees a bag, he picks it out of the water. So these people are my heroes.
That is nice. Like, it's good to see people keeping things clean these days, right?
Yeah. And it's also so good for the environment and so good for all the animals that live in the oceans and in the bays.
Yeah.
I think because we have a lot of time now, that people can do things for our community and just keep, supporting all this during this pandemic and clean the bay. I think everybody has to do something, like in the free time and help the environment.
Absolutely, absolutely. I know that performing on cruise ships, I would see in other countries where we're at the ports and you just see certain trash floating around. So it really does make you think. So it's good to see what they're doing. And the one thing that I can definitely say is, you know what they say, ladies, right? One man's trash is another man's treasure, right? Right. Well, check this out. When was the last time you looked around your house and you found some antique money just sitting around? Yeah. Right. Yeah, it's been a while. So we got our next guest. Robert Grenier is here today. He's president of the Jules Estate Buyers, and he's going to help tell us how we can find some money just laying around the house. How you doing today, Robert? Hold up. I think you may be on mute, man. Yep.
Not anymore.
There we go. It's what we deal with all the time, right? We forget.
Well, we're doing great, man. Thank you. How are you guys doing?
Hey, we are doing great here, man. So tell me really quick, how easy is it to find money sitting around the house?
Well, finding money is not always that easy, but definitely if you have some old things laying in a drawer, you never know what they could be worth. Specifically right now, the gold market is really high. So if you have old jewelry, things like that, grandpa's coin collection, mom's coin collection, sterling silver flatware, watches, things like this, old oil paintings. These are the types of things that you might be surprised at what they're worth.
Right, and it's also very important to mention get permission before you start trying to get appraised on these things. Just show up. Hey, how much can I get for this? Right now, I see that Williamsburg Jewelers is having an event that's coming up. Can you talk to us about that?
Sure. Williamsburg Jewelers is one of our partners in Williamsburg. We're based out of St. Louis, Missouri, but in Williamsburg, our partner is Williamsburg Jewelers. And we host events with jewelers like Williamsburg Jewelers all over the country. About 2 a week. I know you had asked me that earlier about how many events are like this sort of pre-normal and the new normal, but we do about 2 events a week all over the country.
Yeah, and this one starts Tuesday on the 14th, and then it ends
Today.
on Friday. Yeah, and then it ends on Friday the 17th. So people have a lot of time to just get out there, right? And just enjoy. And as you were talking about, now that we're in this new normal, but in the old normal, there will be a lot more of these opportunities for people to share their stuff, right?
Sure. There's a lot of opportunities. You definitely want to make sure that you're dealing with someone that knows what they're doing and that can accurately identify what you have. That's probably a big step in the right direction to finding money.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's the same way that I would see it as well. Now, here's the thing. Okay. Robert, you and your staff obviously have the experience, all right, to appraise and evaluate any item, no matter how small or how big it is, right? So,
right.
Okay, so let's bring back Ashley and both Patricia, because we have some items that we would like you to give us your honest appraisal opinion on, okay?
Excellent.
And don't laugh, because not everybody's stuff is as valuable as mine, but I'll go first, okay? So I have this Cabbage Patch doll, okay? I call him JJ, okay? Now, this is from the 80s. The shoes are in slightly good shape, okay? But,
they have the original box?
I got a box.
Well, the original box could definitely help make something like that, valuable. Off the top of my head, I couldn't tell you because it would depend on the model. Do you know the name of that Cabbage Patch doll?
No, I just call him JJ.
Oh.
Do you think JJ is a very sellable?
Well, for me, probably not our bailiwick, but
Okay.
definitely on markets like eBay or something like that would probably be good for that one.
Don't worry about it, JJ. It'll be okay. Ladies, y'all can get y'all stuff.
Okay, I think I have a nice piece here that I'm gonna ask Rob how much you think. This is actually a ring that they say that it's a tanzanite, that they say that it's an extension. Look, it's a white gold and diamonds and a tanzanite. And I get it like 25 years ago in an auction.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, so definitely the value would be based on, the size of the stone. I'd probably have to see it with my jeweler's loop, which I have right here. Let me get a closer look. Oh, very nice. Very nice. So definitely that's something that one of my buyers, one of my appraisers would be able to take a look at and kind of tell you what it's worth. But definitely has some value there. So not bad. Yay!
I got you. And we're running short. Ashley, do you have something really quick?
I was gonna ask how much my Little Mermaid coffee mug is worth.
Priceless. It's priceless.
Yeah.
Priceless. Thank you, Robert. Where you guys are priceless as well. And for more information, people can definitely visit you guys online as well. So we appreciate you taking the time to stop in with us today and talk about this. And thank you very much again for being a part of the show, Robert.
Thank you for having me. You guys are excellent.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And folks, when we return, we're going to experience the sounds of television supervision. We'll be right back after this.